Good evening, sir. Today our topic is hazard in continuation with the yesterday's class. That is 2.10.1 is already completed. And coming to the hazards, the electrical hazard 2, we want to discuss about the hazards arising out of borrowed neutrals and other precautions, safety in the use of portable electrical apparatus, types of protection for electrical equipment in hazardous atmosphere, electrical area classification, lighting area in their selection, installation, and maintenance and use. This borrowed neutrals means where we are having the one neutral system wire is attaching to all the boards, all electricity boards. It's not supposed to be borrowed means. See, one switchboard is there where that wire phase neutral and the current wire will be going three phases in one neutral only. This neutral wire in one switchboard is not attached to the another board. That's what the borrowed neutrals we will discuss in coming slides. Safety in the use of portable equipment, electrical apparatus. What are the safety measures to be used, precautions to be employed while using the portable electrical apparatus? Types of protection for electrical equipment in the hazardous atmosphere. Suppose where the red category, where the industries are having the hazardous chemicals handling or manufacturing or the transportation or the hazardous areas, the organization, the, where in that, what are the type of protection where in the use of electrical equipment. We have to separately give a focus where the red category industries, chemical industries or hazardous middle industries. Because there is immediately the leak proof systems, if they're not there, for example, in circuit, it will be damaged to the relation. Will coming slides, it will be discussed in detail. Electrical area classification, class 1, class 2, class 3 also will be discussing. And criteria in their selection, how they are going to select the electrical equipment before going to be purchased for the new organization or for the new project and all. How to install of the during the electrical equipment installation or the safety measures to be taken care of. Normally, maintenance use also will be taken care of. Here, the what you call hazardous arising out of borrowed neutrals, their precautions. Here, when a proof, when a borrowed neutral is used, that means where a single neutral wire supplies power to multiple circuits. That's what I told you know. The one switchboard neutral wire is going to all the next switchboard, next switchboard, next switchboard. It's not supposed to be. One dedicated neutral system, neutral wire has to be installed for the each switchboard. The primary hazard is that if one circuit experiences a fault, if suppose the neutral wire is combined for all the switchboards, what happens? The primary hazard is that if one circuit experiences a fault, the voltage on the shared neutral can rise, potentially causing shock on another circuit, even if its breaker is switched off. Even the breaker switched off, the breaker is working also. Electricity switch breaker is also working, but the shock is always there if the combined neutral wire is installed for all the switchboards. That's what the important here is. Other precaution to take include always ensuring proper circuit design with dedicated neutrals for each circuit. So we have to see that dedicated. That means each switchboard is having the one neutral wire. That's all. That is not connected to the other switchboards and all. Normally, electrical installations, while the new house is there or the industries are there, they're taking the simple shortcut methods. That at that time, the electrical engineers or the project managers has to clean observation is there because the electrical systems is the inside the walls they're happening. They are before plastering. They're taking care of contractors. That's why we have to taken much care on the where the electrical installation is taken care of in respect to the wiring. Always ensuring proper circuit design. That's what they with dedicated neutral sites. Regularly inspecting with wiring for damage. You have to see that regular inspection. Using appropriate circuit breakers, because here the where the neutrals are combined, neutral wires are combined for all the switchboards. At the time, circuit breakers even though off, but it will not work properly as per our functions. And educating the users about the risk of shared neutrals. We have to, during the training, you have to educate the employees what is the consequences will be happen when the neutral wires is combined or shared neutral wires. You have to clearly tell tell those people what is the risk, which is very dangerous to the not only organization but also property and but also the who's working nearby. This is borrowed neutrals means the specific precautions against the borrowed neutrals hazards is dedicated neutral wires, proper circuit breaker selection. We have to see that and the continued installation maintenance, dedicated neutral wires, proper circuit breaker selections, regular inspection and maintenance, awareness and training, and grounding, that is called earth. Avoid overloading circuits and the professional instructions. These are the some of the precautions to be taken against borrowed neutral hazards is there. Because where the borrowed neutrals are there, definitely hazards is there. That will be tell to the employees or the electricians will tell before the installation of the wiring. You have to precaution to be given those people about the consequences and seriousness of the borrowed neutrals. Therefore, the here dedicated neutral wires is that means each switchboard is having a one a neutral wire. Always design circuits with separate neutral wire for each circuit to avoid voltage imbalances or a shared neutral. See what happened in the switchboard in one area where the 230 volts equipment is attached. In other switchboard, like for example, diesel engines and all, the generators and all, 440 volts is required. The difference is there, voltage difference is there. The neutral wire at the time, neutral wire is same to the both the switches. Definitely, the voltage imbalance occurred, thereby consequences we cannot explain through the hazards and risk. We have to see that care also. The dedicated neutral wires is to be circuited. This is very important point. Proper circuit breaker selection. See, for example, I have told here is even if you shared the neutral wires, the breaker switch will not be function. It's switched off only. But it is not function whether the whole circuit is break. If that initial circuit is break, but second circuit, second switchboard is not broken the circuit. That means we switched off is not occurred in the second switchboard or third switchboard if you continuation of the neutral wire is there. That is why it's a very, very important and proper circuit breaker selections where the dedicated neutral wires to be occurred. Install circuit breakers with appropriate amperage ratings. What is the amperage ratings? You have to see current rating and all these things and voltage rating also for each circuit to prevent overload situation that can exacerbate the voltage fluctuation on the neutral wire. See, the neutral wire is also selected is also very important. Apart from the borrowed neutrals, apart from the shared neutral, we have to see the gauge of the neutral wire also, the type of or quality of the wire is also to be taken while the circuit. In that connection, the circuit breakers will be selected properly. For the 230 volts is different and 440 volts is different. That's why the proper circuit breakers selection is very important where the border neutral hazards is there. That means here the third one is regular inspection maintenance, periodically inspect all electrical wiring, particularly connections and the splice points as well as the for signs of damage heating, which can lead issues with the shared neutrons. Where the shared neutrons are there, definitely the electrical leakage is there. Through fees will be cut off, or the MCB will be shut off, or the equipment will be damaged if MCB is not working properly. Even earth is not properly, MCB will be gone, and the MC through MCB it will be definitely coming to the equipment. Equipment damage will be occurred. That's a regular inspection and maintenance to be always necessary, irrespective of the looking for the productivity, looking for the or waiting for the preventive maintenance, or waiting for the shutdown or breakdown and all these things. So regular inspection as per the preventive maintenance schedules, we need to follow, or we must follow by all organizations. The awareness and training. Already I told the employee may, I think some of the industries may not be exposed in this connection that is borrowed neutral hazards, but we have to year onwards maybe shared with the employees by you people. It's well and good. It's appreciated, and it's be congratulations for all also. But if not, the correctly we are shared to the employees, even if you are a electrical engineers or not electrical engineer, or share it with your friends, those who are having electrical engineers. We have to educate and improve the awareness during the training regarding the borrowed neutrals and all. And hazards will be told, and this will be also will be informed to those people. Educate users about the dangers of shared neutral circuits and the importance of not relying on the assumption that circuit is completely de-energized when one breaker is switched off. Where the neutral wire is there, the one switchboard is already switched off. That doesn't mean that second switchboard, neutral wire, or third switchboard, or third what is called area, or the source, or the receivers, if the neutral wires are shared, it will not work for the 2, 3, 4 switchboards. That's why not relying on the assumption that a circuit is completely de-energized when the one breaker is switched off. One breaker is switched off for one switch, for example, or one area. It doesn't mean that you take confirmation that second is also, third is also confirmed to trip it up. No. Where the neutral borrowing where definitely we have to see that it should be manually stopped or something. We have to see that something, we have to total circuit is to be taken care of to shut off. In that connection, we have to give some awareness of the people, and improve the education of the employees also in this regard. That grounding also, ensure proper grounding of all electrical system. That means earthing system. As I said, we have discussed it. Electrical system to provide a safe path for fault current, minimizing potential for shock hazards. Here, very important. Any time, as an electrical engineer, as an employee of organization who is nearby electrical equipments are working, either process or maintenance or electrical people, we have to see that the source, path, and the receiving. These three are very, very important areas. The connection with respect to connection, with respect to circuit, with respect to the wiring path, with respect to the receiver part, with respect to the source, whether the fluctuations is there, LCBs are not there. We have to see all these things by looking up the three areas. One is source, path, and the receivers. And avoid overloading circuit also. Definitely the circuit is to be facilitated by the overload tripping is also will be circuited in the any electrical circuit. We have to give the overload facing also. The overload is there with indication, it definitely switch it off for the moment and give it then electrical safety to that circuit, as well as the equipment safety is also will be taken care of. Therefore, any overload circuits are there, we have to see that do not see exceed the designed capacity of circuits. 40 tons means 40 tons only. Or 5 watts means 5 watts on it. 24 volts bulb connected to the 230 volts. What happened? Definitely the 24 volts bulb will be suffused, or the bulb will be definitely burned. The 24 volts cannot be connected to the 230 volts. So that is the reason we have to prevent the capacity of circuits, prevent that voltage drops is there, potential issues, shared neutrals are there, where you are exceeding the capacity of the circuits. Normally, one thing is there, shared neutrals will not be occurred. If occurred, these are the precautions to be taken. After the installation of wiring in the this thing we cannot take, we cannot avoid what is called the taking precautions. We have to take the precautions and we have to insist on the people to take the safety measures because of the borrowed neutrals and all. Professional installation. That's why all the when they're dealing with the electrical wiring, especially in situations where the shared neutrals may be present, for example, always consult a qualified electrician for installation and repairs. So already our nations having the electrical installation is completed with the borrowed neutrals or with the shared neutrals. We cannot do further. But at that time, any maintenance is there, any repair is there, we have to call the professional electrician to do the repairs where the shared electrons is, shared neutrals is also, neutrals is there. That means shared wire is there, a shared node, shared no, neutral wires is there. Definitely much care is to be taken care of rather than the complete wiring is modified or reviewed or revised, not possible for the organization by putting the additional cost and all. At that time, any repairs is coming or the electrical installations is erased and the repairs, we have to call the professional electrician and saying that we have to inform that this is the neutral wires combined by the at the time of installation. Please take care of while taking care of maintenance and the repairs. That is the should aware of those people also before commencing the repair system and the maintenance system. Under percent we have to take in the initial steps is a borrowed neutral should not be. But normally 99 or 98% of the electricians are taking care of only simple borrowed neutrals only. They cannot single dedicated neutral wires they are using. And so many times I've seen so many electricians in the organizations, even in the household wise, household wiring also. Immediately we advise the owner, please take care of this. Immediately we have to tell the electrician not to take because a organization will taken care by so many safety precautions. But in the household wires, we cannot. All the time we cannot they educate the common employees or common citizens of who are staying in the houses or who are staying in the buildings. That's why it's very important is borrowed neutral hazards. The borrowed neutral hazard, dedicated neutral wiring is not there. The neutral wires is taken place, the circuit. You have to all safety measures, what we are discussing here, you have to adopt it for the employees. Last but not least, professional installation, we are going to call the people where the installation and repairs will be happened if the borrowed neutral circuits is there. Safety in the use of portable electrical apparatus. When using portable electrical equipment, you should take safety precautions to avoid electrical shock, burns, fires, and explosions. So, everybody knows about the when we are using the portable electrical apparatus, we should be very careful. Like for example, normally in the organization we will be using drilling machines or the cutting machines or the carpenter what is called having the cutters at the GA sheets are cutting or the fabricator will be taking care of not much what is called taking care. So we have to see that portable electrical apparatus when you are using them, some of the safety tips. Otherwise, it becomes electrical shocks, burns, and fires and explosions also will be occurred. One of the safety tips is use protective gear, keep equipment dry, use the right equipment, use the right voltage, use the right cords, you unplug the equipment safety and use the guards and have qualified people repair equipment and follow instruction. These are the some of the safety tips we have to use by applying while using the portable electrical apparatus. Use protective gear, wear rubber soiled shoes or safety gloves where the electrical resistance is there. You have to use that. All the bad conductors of electricity will be used by the all the employees. That's what we called use protective gear. Keep electrical keep equipment dry. Sorry, keep equipment dry. keep electrical equipment away from the water and keep the hands dry. Because normally in the shutdowns or breakdowns or any annual shutdowns are there, normally the floors in the floors as well as the equipment. Some people are besides electrical is attending. Some people are tank cleaning is there. Like that, they are not as per their individual schedules of the process maintenance they are doing. But see that when the electrical equipment is attending, or the electrical equipment is there, or the electrical panels are there, or while using the portable electrical apparatus, you have to see that it should be in dry in condition. If your surroundings, not only surroundings, but your body and the hands will be dried. Dry. Keep electrical equipment away from water and keep your hands dry. It should not be because electrical loves water. Definitely, it will attract. Use the right equipment. Use a double insulated or properly grounded equipment. Normally, where the equipment is sensitive, where the equipment is critical, we need to take much more care on the wiring system also. The portable apparatus with respect to. That is the reason we have to see the double insulated or the proper grounded equipment. That means properly earthed or not. We have to see when we are connected the plug of the portable unit to the isolator. That isolator should be connected to the earth properly. Otherwise, don't connect to your portable equipment plug to that isolator where the earthing is not proper for that switchboard. Use the right voltage. Use the lowest voltage required to do the job. That's what I told, 230 volts, 24 volts, 440 volts. Right voltage we have to use. For the purpose of using the wires, as you know that a 33 by 11 kV substation will give to you, and there we will reduction of the transformer from 11 kV, 33 kV to 11 kV and 11 kV to 440 volts, and then 440 volts to 230 volts. Like this step down transformers are there. You have to use the right voltage only. 24 volts in confined spaces to be used, but not 230 volts. Like that, we have to use the right voltage and use the lowest voltage required to do the job. Normally, 230 means what is called, don't use the 250 or just like that, what is called uh, lowest voltage only suggested to use. Use the right cords. Where's the right cords means the extension cords is there where the motherboard like or the cords of condenser capacitors, all the connected motherboards are there. You have to see that instrumentation people has to see the electrical people. Right cords you have to use three pronged extension cords made for hard use. That means three pronged means three pin plug, three pin hole is there. That means three pin hole plugs as well as sockets also used to be right cords. Unplug the equipment safety, because normally the people are a motor or a pump or water, maybe the isolator will be isolator means red button and the green button is there. Normally they are isolated in the switchboard, switch off the red switch. That's all. They will immediately attend the equipment, not like this. After the switching of the red switch, then immediately we have to see that isolator is also off. Apart from some of the industries, some of the electricians where the electrical engineers are more sensitive and more what is called, careful, and they will open the isolated box and remove the fuses also. Because at the time lockout, tagout is not there. What to be done? We have to see that unplug the switch off and electrical appliances when you are not using them. When you are not using them, okay. When you are not using that, taking maintenance, only switch off red button is not sufficient. You have to stop the isolator, open the door of the switchboard, and remove the fuses and keep it one place. After the work is there, ensure that work is completed. Then you put one by one fuses, isolator, and the green button. Like this, you have to use the sequence of the system where the plugging or unplug system. Normally, where you are not using, see that red button is stopped, isolator is stopped, but furious depends upon the ordination cultures. Use guards, keep guards and protective devices in place, definitely. Normally, the shortcut methods are there for the fitters as well as the electricians. We will do next time. You will tell the helper, but helper will not follow the instruction of the electrician. Simply the guard is not there. Definitely the people are working nearby. Definitely electrical leakage is there. It will be extended to the besides the equipment. The spoiling not only the equipment damage, but also employee safety is also affected. Have qualified people repair equipment, as already told in this proper installation where the nodal wire is there. Even in the portable electrical apparatus also while using, you have to see that qualified people or, the senior electricians will be uh, keep engaged during the repair and maintenance of the portable equipments. Only qualified people should repair electrical tools and electrical equipment. As already told, organization should have an electrical a person who is having the electrical certified or the qualified certification as per the Practice Act. Follow instructions, manufacturer's instructions. Where the equipment is having the manufacturer manual is there, definitely we have to follow the instructions what is published there in the manufacturer's manual. Here, electrical hazards, no people, the electrical shocks and burns from contact with live parts, injury from exposure to arcing, fire from faulty electrical equipment or installations, explosions caused by unsuitable electrical apparatus. These are the very common things where we have to see that electrical hazards will be happen. Shocks, burns, injury from exposure arcing, fire from faulty electrical equipment installations. Keep always the engage the people in the supervisions of electrical as if we are a managers, you have to see that keep engaged all the supervisor taking the rounds, plant rounds, and see that all electrical equipment are insulated as well as the guard is placed and all. Electrical hazards are dangers that can occur when working with electricity, such as electrical shocks and burns. While here the common electrical hazards is overload circuits, damaged equipment, and the where the frayed cables means that means hanging cables are there, and using equipment near water, the overload power lines, improper grounding. These are the static electricities. These are the common electrical hazards occurring in the organizations. Overload circuit, definitely. The process department is using the 10 meters head. The pump is there, or 10 meters, what is called the 10 HP motor is there. They are consuming more, delivering power more than the 10 meters head. Definitely the circuit is getting overloaded. That means each switchboard cannot be overloaded to all the circuits. That means plugging too many items into one outlet can cause the circuit to overload and start a firing. See, one switchboard is there, you have to put this plug into, thereby one spike bar is there. During that spike bar, there are 4 connections or 6 connections is there. From there, the spike bar is going to the 6 connections. That switchboard is having capacities only the connections only. But after connecting the spike bar, having 6 plugs is there, 6 connections will be taken care by the all the electricians with that spike bar. We cannot plug too many items to in one outlet is not advised. Damaged equipment. If the damaged equipment is there, or the insulation is not proper, or the equipment is damaged with respect to the portable equipment. So damaged equipment or power tools can be adjourned. Definitely, you have to see that portable equipment, see that it should not be damaged. Immediately, we have to condemn the uh, portable tool. You have to condemn. Then using the equipment near water is not advisable. Using the electrical equipment near water or with the hands can be dangerous. So we have to see that precautions to be taken care of. Is all will know as per the engineers, but employees at the time of due to the shutdown facilities, due to the urgency of this thing, it cannot be taken care of. So using the equipment near water, the it should not be uh, taken care of. The overhead power lines can be dangerous. Where the some of the constructions of the buildings is there, over and above the municipal authorities will be given the only four stores, but the constructor or a contractor will be given six floors, constructed two floors with the unknowing of the contractor owner and all, or the owner of the houses and all. Thereby, over and above the six floors, overheads of the electrical wires will be going this electricity boards also. That will see the overhead lines also will be taken care of. Using electrical equipment, sorry, overhead power lines can be dangerous. Where the overhead power lines is there, we have to see that over and above, definitely we have to taken care of while construction of your house, or maybe the construction of the inside the organization, any construction is going on. Because over the construction, the organization, the state electricity board wires will be going over and above the organizations also. That's why we have to see that also. Improper grounding, that means proper grounding means this where the earthing should be taken care of while using the portable. And the portable, the earthing is not good. Definitely, the portable tool will be given a shock to the employee who's using that. Dangerous also. Static electricity also will be discussed in the next classes. This is one of the topic of the next static electricity. Static electricity can ignite the flammable vapors or dust. That's itself in the atmosphere where the static electricity will be generated without having the electrical source. Suppose in between, in nearby, the flammable or the any hazardous materials or combustible materials are there, definitely it will be ignited. That's why nearby electrical equipments, nearby electrical wiring, nearby electrical situations or nearby electrical circuits, we cannot store flammable materials or the flammable substances or the combustion materials, and see that the process vapors of the hazardous will not reach it to the panel boards, will not reach it to the electrical circuits. Otherwise, the electrical circuits will be taken care of. Very dangerous steps to be taken. Will be occurred and hazards and occurrences of risk also is there. Now, how to control electrical hazard series? What of simple methods? Turn off all power sources before touching the any electrical component. Avoid running electrical cords across the floor or through the doorways. Use LED stands, insulated cable hangers to keep the cords off the ground. Wear protective clothing. Ground electrical equipment. Stay on top housekeeping. Very important point. Turn off power sources before touching any electrical equipment. We have to see that any equipment, if before touching the or repairing or maintenance and all, you have to see the electrical connections is switched off or not. Avoid taking the plug also, unplug and switch off, unplug it. The isolator fuses will not be removed, but we have to see that isolator will be stopped, and we have to see that switchboard will also be taken care of. Avoid running electrical cords across the floor and through wires, through door wires. Here the where in the floor we cannot see that the electrical wires is flooring or the running. It should be height enough to through the wall. It will has to go through doorways or through the what is called door opening. The electrical wires should not be installed. You have to see the avoid running electrical cord means running electrical wires. Use LED stands, insulated cable hangers, and keep the cords off the ground. We have to see that keeps off the ground. That means we have to see that insulated cables, insulated cable trenches, insulated material could be used very properly during the electrical wiring or during the electrical installations. Of course, wear protective clothing, as already told, gloves and all, shoes and all, aprons and all will be taken care of. What the manual or equipment manual will be suggested. Ground electrical equipment, we have to see that the portable wire plug will be attached to the or connected to the any switchboard. You have to see that that switchboard is properly active or not. That we have to see. Then only we have to use that switchboard. Otherwise, don't use that. stay on top of housekeeping. You have to see that the first priority to be given if you are taking electrical wiring system or electrical repairing system or electrical maintenance system or electrical operated systems also we are still supposed to be stay on top of. That means we have to give importance to the housekeeping. That is here. Next one is the types of protection for electrical equipment in hazardous equipment atmosphere. Where I already told this, some of the red category industries are there, like paper industries, like Coltex, like the refineries, the petroleum industries, and all this. They are comes under the red category industries where the hazardous atmospheres is there. Definitely, we have to see that where the electrical works is going in those type of the equipment. We have to be much care rather than the very sensitive area to take care of the electrical techniques or safety measures with respect to electrical. Otherwise, definitely it will be a bad consequences will be occurred. That's why electrical equipment in hazardous atmospheres can be protected using the explosion containment, segregation, prevention, and other techniques. We have to see that there should not be any overflow from the tank, or there should not be any. They see that the leakage of the holes or leakage of the tanks where the hazardous atmosphere is there in that, because there will be electrical switches are there. Definitely, it will be damaged to the protection techniques. What are the protection techniques in that red category industries where the hazardous atmosphere is there? Flame-proof protection, the explosion-proof equipment, dust ignition proof, dust tight, and the purged and pressurized and intrinsic safety, non-incendiary circuit, and non-incendiary equipment. We will discuss in coming slides also with the figures. What is that also? Flame-proof protections. The enclosure is designed to prevent the transmission of the explosion inside the enclosure to the outside, because the flame-proof the protection is very important.